yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. On the run, it's Selden. No, he just flat ran over it. Just searching and working for the running room as he gets it out to the 26. They've really performed at an elite level in conference play, and that'll build your confidence as we continue through this SEC season.
This was a team that was really motivated in the offseason coming into this one, and they knew the challenge ahead of them, but they also know how talented they are. And, David, they're putting that on display each and every week here in SEC play.
And let's pump the brakes, because if they're happy with what they've done so far, they're going to have some losses. Like, this is a tough league. The SEC is not easy to navigate. They're going to have to continue to grow and get better, but it's a heck of a start.
They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. He's going to pass. Makes the grab. It's Nimrod. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense.
This offense is just so dynamic because they've got playmakers at all the skill positions, right? We just saw a big play in the running game. Now we see one in the passing game. There's not one dude that you can key on here if you're on defense to try and slow them down.
From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole. And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down.
I know it's sexy to throw the football, but if you can pound it away and get these kind of gains, they will just add up, wear the defense down, get first downs, and ultimately get some points.
Got 8 on first down, now looking at a 2nd and 2. Back to throw, it's Iamaleava. Coming after him. It's complete to the left. And how does he keep running? I'd be dizzy after a spin move like that.
You know, athletic tight ends today are such a premium in college football. Not only can these guys block, but you see this tight end and his ability in the open field, the wiggle that he has to make people miss. Don't see that too often.
Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Volunteer. Lining up to add another.
I love running backs that have a nose for the goal line. Understand how to get there, finish strong into the end zone, know I get 6, and then go celebrate with your boys.
All tied up and just about set to kick it away. Not going to get a return here. They'll bring it out to the 25 as the kickoff sails through the back of the end zone. Texas A&M has it back, and we say howdy to the Aggie offense again. Man, what a drive last time for the touchdown. That passing attack was lethal, David.
Yeah, and you hear all these stupid commentators like me and Jesse talking about create balance, run and pass. No, when you throw that good, spin the ball around.
So the defense has to find a way to affect the quarterback on this drive because last drive he had way too much time to throw.
The big pickup on first down leaves them with 2nd and 1. Rides to the back. Finally pulled down, but not before moving the chains for a first down. Running the ball's in the Aggies' DNA. I mean, that dates back to the Junction boys.
It's the physicality. They find those guys up front that can make holes, and I think that's when you've seen the great A&M teams. Really good offensive line, paving the way for those backs and those great teams they've had.
To the air, it's Reed. Going to try to get it himself. He turns this into a nice gain and gets down to avoid the hit.
He does a good job of dropping back, going through his progressions. Nothing there. What do? Go get some yards. Make it positive. Don't sit back in the pocket and force something into a bad situation or take a sack. Great job making something out of nothing.
Carrying the ball with an edge and hammering his way to the 40.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. And if you can have that kind of success on first down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
The toss sweep to the right. On the move at the 30. He's loose. And he'll take this into the end zone, but hang on just a second. Flag down. Let's see what this is about. And here comes the offense on second down. Quarterback changing the plays at the line. He's back to throw on second down. Back open in the middle. Snowed under by the defense. Line is set on third down. Trying to pick up a first down. Looking to throw, it's Reed. Pressure coming. Steps away. Across the 25, he's got room. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down.
And you're seeing here the difficulties defenses have trying to contain this guy. If you leave a lane open or you don't sack him right away, you allow him to get outside the pocket, he is going to take off, and he is very difficult to tackle in the open field. He's got running back-like ability out in space.
And into the end zone. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Aggies.
This running back was not going to be denied. Nice blocking up front to create a hole for this running back, and he was able to take advantage.
And he tacks on the extra point. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Tennessee ready to go to work the Big Orange offense on the field. Jesse looking to take it down the field for back-to-back touchdowns.
I think it's really important for them moving forward, too, to have a lot of balance, right? You want to be able to keep this defense guessing.
Yeah, and you got me searching for answers after that last drive. You stack another drive on top of this, their defense's heads are going to be spinning all over the place.
Leaves it with the running back. At the 45 on his way. And he was loose and out the gate and doesn't go down until he gets to the 48-yard line. They move the chains on the ground. Now another first down. One back in the backfield. He gets the carry. Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Been showing them the run. Now they'll throw it. Ball in the air. Intercepted. Going the other way, and he's got room. Smashes through the tackle. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession. And they were most fortunate to catch up to him there. He almost turned that into a pick six.
Man, and he had a convoy, too. As soon as he had the ball, he just looked around him. There was just a lot of open green, and he took off. Great job by his teammates on defense getting downfield and setting up some blocks.
They'll crank up this drive with the pass. The quarterback can make a big play when he starts moving around. And maybe they try to spy on the quarterback, but it just hasn't worked. Another first down. He just keeps gashing them with his feet.
You can tell this is a pass play. He has his eyes down the field. He's looking to throw the football. But how nice is it when you got a guy like this that can scramble and go get you a first down? Just really hard to stop from a defensive perspective.
Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. Ripping through the defense. Touchdown, Texas A&M. He shed tackles like a snake getting rid of his skin.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
Return goes out of bounds.
The Volunteer offense is back, and they hope it's touchdown time in Tennessee. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
Quick touch pass to the receiver. Banging, slithering, whatever it takes to get that ball up to the 32.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the outside.
The Vols come to the line with a new set of downs. The inside handoff. Still on his feet at the 45. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
When you talk about creating big plays in the running game like this makes the game really easy. Actually, when you've got a guy like this that you can hand it to with this much speed and elusiveness, just hard to bring down in the open field, what a big game for the offense.
He wants to throw. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. And into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Tennessee!
Number 7 with the grab and the score.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. And with the extra point, they're down a touchdown, 21-14. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Two very different emotions inside the locker rooms of these teams who did battle today. App State overcame a tough opponent, and not only that, a raucous crowd. The Mountaineers tuned out all the noise and showed this team can win on its field, your field, or a neutral field. Well done. The circle of life in college football, where one team moves on feeling like kings and the other heads home licking its wounds.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. Getting some heat. He'll pull it down and run. He was able to squirt free and pick up a few and avoid a negative play there.
Well, you're making a positive out of a negative. And that time, quarterback, nice job, buying time. He's trying to throw the football downfield, nothing there. So instead of throwing it away, getting the incomplete, just get what you can get and make this next down more manageable.
It's the 2-minute warning, and we'll see if the offense can tack a little something extra on their lead before the break. Empty backfield, 5 wide receivers on 2nd and 6. Wide receiver shows motion. Now the quarterback changing the original play call. Looking downfield, it's Reed. They're trying to get to it. Quarterback gets the first down and more. And he gets out of there and gets some yardage and gets down without taking any punishment. They'll snap this one from the 42. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, the running back has it. And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down.
When you're a defense, it is stop the run first. That is your first responsibility. It makes the whole game easy. And right now, they got it going on the ground. The defense is He's going to have to change something up. These little tiny dink and dunk, dink and dunk. You keep doing this, they'll go all the way down the field on you, so you might want to get a little bit more aggressive.
On second down, wants to throw it. Grabbed in the middle. It's Campbell. And he gets a big chunk of yardage to the 34-yard line. This offense lines up feeling awfully good after that big play.
It is so good for an offense early in the game to get in a rhythm and to start stringing first downs together. It makes the game really easy and puts that defense in a situation where they're starting to get tired. They want to sub. They want to get other guys in the field. Stringing first downs together like this makes it hard to defend.
And they'll bring him down after a short pickup.
You know, as a defense, you kind of want to force the give on the RPO. You want them to run the football, and you can tell maybe the quarterback wishes he pulled this. Small gain, but some information you gathered maybe for the next time you get to run an RPO.
On second down, looking to throw. He just throws it away, and I think the flag's going to be coming in. There it is. Offense breaks the huddle. It's third down. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Trying to get to it. Crosses the 30. He's got away. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Perhaps emboldened by converting a fourth down earlier in the game, they'll try a second time. Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. They're throwing for it on fourth down. Quarterback floating away from pressure. It's incomplete, and they'll turn it over on downs.
Great coverage on that fourth down play. Nice job blanketing the receiver out wide. The defense, you could tell, they knew they were going for it. They had a game plan. They get the big stop and turn it over to their offense.
Tennessee ready to go to work the Big Orange offense on the field. And David, how they would love to stick it in the end zone. He'll take a deep shot here. And it's caught inside the 20. Touchdown ball. And once he found some daylight, it was time to make a house call.
And I think in the pre-snap, I think both of these guys were on the same page. They had a look defensively that let them know we can pitch this thing way down the field. I'm going to go run under it and make a big play for it.
Yeah, and when I'm a receiver, I'm like, I'm open, right? I'm going straight down the field. Throw me the football. I got the speed. I can beat this guy. You can tell they've done that so much in practice. They knew it was second nature, and they executed it perfectly.
Here's the return from inside his 10. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. To the air, it's Reed. He'll try to do it himself. A really nice run and gain, and he gets down to avoid taking punishment. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 34. He's looking to throw it. They're bringing heat. Caught close to the marker. It's Green. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a 1st down. One more play before the teams head to the locker room. He'll come out throwing on 1st down. Makes the catch and steps out of bounds, but short of the 1st down mark. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. Texas A&M ready to kick it away to get the third quarter started. Looks as if the returner will try and field this one. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. The Volunteer offense is back, and they hope it's touchdown time in Tennessee. First drive of the second half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half, especially when you're locked up in a ball game like this one.
Yeah, and it's been a good game. I mean, it's been a little bit of back and forth and a feeling out process. And now once you get in the second half, who's going to get aggressive, Palmer? Who's going to take some shots, try to make some plays, and really go for it?
Yeah, it's interesting. I think as play callers right now, you learn a lot about these coaching staffs with respect to who does make the best.
It's a fumble. That football must be riveted to your rib cage. How can you let it go? At least they fell on it. So after reviewing the undisputable video evidence, the replay booth has decided to overturn the call. Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on third down. Toss sweep to the left. And the runner is down, and so is a flag. We'll repeat the previous down, but this time the offense has 10 more yards it has to cover. You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. Third and long from inside their own 20. They'll go to the toss. On the move at the 30. And he breaks into the open. A huge gain on that one before he ran out of bounds, and he has the first down. He now has 106 yards rushing. He continues to impress as he leads the nation in rushing. The Volunteers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Running back searching for a hole. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anyway.
Got a good one going here. All tied up in the third. It's 2nd and 10. Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. Knocked down at the 29-yard line. Picked up 15 yards on the play, and he's got a first down.
I love that play call, and I love the timing of the pre-snap motion. Because the quarterback was able to get it to the receiver right behind the offensive line, because of the timing, he was able to outflank the defense. That puts him out in space where he's able to use his speed. Nice job with the pre-snap motion and timing.
Hey, 5 to 6 yards a pop. I don't know if you guys are really good at math, but that usually equals a first down every couple carries. So don't forget about the run game. Keep them honest. Pound that rock.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. To throw, it's Iamaleava. The throw to the outside is complete. He's run out of bounds after the big gain, and they are in business. 1st and goal.
I'll tell you what, that's great execution between the QB and receiver. They look like they could execute that throw in their sleep. Quarterback took his steps, threw it on time. Great route by the receiver. Nice job securing the catch.
He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels. Now 2nd and goal, and right in the teeth of this noise. They'll run it up the middle here, looking for a path to the end zone. Touchdown, Volunteers! And that one will put them up here in the second half.
Another rushing touchdown. That's now 2 on the game. This offense thought they could come into this one running the ball, being the more physical team, and they look like it right now.
And the extra point was good. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He's going to try his luck from the end zone. He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he'd just taken the touchback. Texas A&M has it back in the offense, ready to go to work. give on the inside. Out across the 20 to the 21-yard line, a 3-yard gain. The Aggies come to the line in the hurry-up. Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. On second down, he's looking downfield. Grab near the sticks. It's Green. They get it out to the 36 and on the move after a pickup of 15.
And you see so many smart wide receivers, so many smart tight ends nowadays that they know where the holes in those zones are, and they work with their quarterback, and they find them, and they sit down in them and make big plays. It's tough to sit back in zone against such smart players nowadays.
They'll throw it on first down. Fires to the wideout. It's complete. Just gashing this defense. A big gainer to the 40-yard line. This offense absolutely humming as they come to the line again. Looking to throw, it's Reed. Feeling some heat. Trying to make magic with his feet. Wide open downfield. He gets it all the way down to the 5-yard line. A terrific catch and run before he stopped.
That's a beautiful pass and catch. I love the job the quarterback does manipulating the defense with his eyes. He froze that safety, and that allowed his receiver more room to work his route.
Wide receiver now comes in motion. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. Touchdown, Aggie! And they take it in for 6 more points. Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And they did make the extra point, and we have a tie ball game here in the third. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, right back to your game after we update the nation on this one. Georgia State looked like a program ready to take the next step after a big road win today. This was a complete team effort from the Panthers. Offense, defense, and special teams doing its part. Impressive, to say the least. 60 minutes of football and a convincing outcome, and certainly a game with implications far beyond just the standings, fellas.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there.
Well, this offense came into the game knowing they wanted to be physical, they wanted to establish the line of scrimmage, and they're running downhill right at this defense, and they're churning out positive yardage early.
And a really nice run and pick up there before the defense avoided disaster and stopped the really big play.
And listen, the offensive line has to do their job, but a really good job by the running back, understanding where his hole is. Go hit it, get the first down, don't mess around. Nice job following his hole, getting positive yards.
Touch pass on the jet sweep. Finding a way to put that foot in the ground and get it up to the 37-yard line.
Second down. That's the end of the third quarter. And after 3, we're all tied up.
Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. They'll run it out of the shotgun. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Defense is about seeing it and pulling the trigger, and you can tell they pull the trigger so fast. Get to the back, get him on the ground quickly.
Big third down as the crowd gets behind this defense. Throws to the wideout. And the misconnection on third down.
Offenses know and work on it all week. Third downs, we've got to be really, really good. This offense not good on this third down. It could come back to bite.
Tie game here late in the fourth. They want to control the ball, and they're not going to punt it away. They'll go for it on fourth down. Can't find his man. It'll be incomplete, and that is a heartbreaker this late in the game.
And listen, obviously, at this area of the field, it's a question, it's a debate whether or not you go for that on fourth down. At the end of the day, though, I think this coach believes in his own playmakers, and he's got guys on offense that he feels can make a play in that type of situation, and he's got confidence in him. That time they weren't able to come up with it. I'm curious to see what this guy does if they're in a similar situation as this game moves in.
You want to talk about making it easy for an offensive coordinator. You pick up a bunch of yards on first down, make that second down really, really manageable. That's a great job by the offense.
With jet sweep pass. And he's brought to the ground, but not before he gets enough for the first down.
And just went with something very easy, very reliable. Flip it forward, let your receiver do the rest. I only got to get a few yards. Nice job, nice execution. First down.
They've got it 1st and 10 from the 25. They'll leave it with him. Finds a little bit of room. Give him a couple down to the 23. And the Aggies want to move quickly. Quarterback checking off. Wants to throw. It's Reed. Working that left side now. Touchdown, Aggie! And with that, they move out front here in the fourth. That's his 3rd touchdown pass of the day. The defense has no clue how to respond right now.
No, and the defense has had absolutely no answer. He's been on the money. He's been on fire, making the right decisions and just carving this defense up.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. He'll bring it out. It's Staley. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Tennessee ready to go to work the Big Orange offense on the field. What a turn that last drive was. Didn't pick up the 4th down, and it led to the scoring drive, David. Going for the big play. Grabs it up to 25 in stride.
What a beautiful throw and catch on this play, and I love the job the receiver did tracking the ball in the air. Nice job of locating the throw and then hauling it in.
The give to the single back. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there.
I know the passing game sells and the passing game is exciting, but it's not exciting to get 5 or 6 yards a pop on the ground, but it will be very successful.
6-yard pickup on first down leaves him with 2nd and 4. Toss sweep right. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry. Boy, it was like the defender heard the play call. He was ready for that one.
One of the things is diagnose and go get it. They saw it, they went and got it. They were not letting that ball go to the wide side of the field.
Looking to throw, it's Iamaleava. Buys a little time with his feet. He's out of bounds, but not before picking up enough for the first down.
Well, defensively, you've got to have an answer for this athletic quarterback. You've got to do a better job containing him in the pocket, but you've got to have a spy ready to make the play and get a tackle if he decides to get out. But everything went wrong there. Not only did he get the first, but you also let him get out of bounds and stop the clock.
You got to have that defense you know you can go to in running situations. Your base defense where you say, okay, this is where I'm going to start, and I'm going to stop the run, stuff it up front. My guys play big up front. And then if I need to add some blitzes to it later on down the road, I can. A great job in the base defense making a play.
Well, I know this is an offensive line that has a ton of pride. They want to come out each and every game and really impose their will on the D-line. They got just enough push there on that run play to pick up the first.
We have reached the 2-minute warning, and time is of the essence if this offense is going to make a play. This offense trying to quieten the crowd on 1st and goal, and they are not cooperating. And they get nothing. The ball remains at the 2-yard line. They'll try to kick it into overdrive. Clock's running. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee.
And great job executing. The offense did what they needed to do. You got somewhat of a decision here. Do you want to kick it, tie it up? I think you do with this time frame. 1 to 2 minutes left in the 4th quarter. You probably want to do that, but you could push the envelope. You could go for 2 and try to take the lead.
On the run from inside his own 5. And good work by the coverage team to get the return man down on the ground. Texas A&M has it back, and we say howdy to the Aggie offense again. Quarterback a little audible. The toss to the outside. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Everybody has to be set. They have to get it off.
Brings up 2nd down.
Dropping back, it's Reed. Gets open down the middle. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the 1st down marker.
The defense needs to have a plan for this guy. They weren't ready for that one. Drag route running all the way across the field, and the DB just can't stay with them because of his speed, and as a result, they give up a big one.
On 3rd and short, they'll try to pick it up with the pass. Caught near the sticks. It's Campbell.
Wow, and what a great job by that quarterback, finding his open receiver on 3rd down. Guys, one of the most telling stats at the end of the game is 3rd down conversion percentage. If you're a great 3rd down team, it's invaluable to your offensive success, and that's why teams drill 3rd down so much in practice.
Touch pass on the jet sweep. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. Just an obvious holding call there, and one that just kills an offense's momentum. Bunch formation, trying to spring a guy free. Here's the snap, ready to cut one loose. Looking to scramble. And not much going on downfield. He'll just get rid of it and live to play another down.
Well, it's the 4th quarter, and you got to be so careful as a quarterback when you're throwing it over the middle of the field right now because these windows are really small. He's very lucky that last one was not picked off.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. He's got him this time. Crosses the 30. He's got away. Racing to the right. A&M comes back out with another 1st down. Handoff to the lone back. And a really short game before he gets a whole bunch of company from the defense. Timeout is called, and the clock is down to 8. Going to work on 2nd down, and the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that 1st down. They'll test the right side. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. They'll get the timeout with 5 seconds remaining to play.
Timeout, Tennessee.
3rd down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. Quick pass on the fly motion. Touchdown, Aggies! And in the final moments, they've taken the lead.
And that is exactly what you want from this offense. Take almost all the clock, execute, and now go out and take a lead by a touchdown. great, flawless execution by this offense.
Man, that was exhilarating. Incredible game from start to finish, and I mean the very finish.
And you have to dial in at those moments, right? It's easier said than done. Oh, I'm going to call this, but in the clutch, when you need it the most, you got to put possessions together. You got to get in the end zone to come through. This offense has got to be jacked.
Looking back on it, too, was there ever any doubt that that was the guy they were going to go to when the game was on the line? This dude's been making plays all season long. You got to put the ball in the hands of your best playmakers in situations like that, and that's what they did.
That's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.